വളരെ സവിശേഷതയുള്ള ഒരു വ്യക്തിത്വമാണ് ഇന്ന് നമ്മോടൊപ്പമുള്ളത്. ദ വൺ ആൻഡ് ഒൺലി AR റഹ്മാൻ. പരിചയപ്പെടുത്തൽ ആവശ്യമില്ല, നിർവചനം ആവശ്യമില്ല. ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ഒരുപക്ഷെ ലോകത്തിലെ തന്നെ സംഗീത സ്നേഹികൾക്കും സംഗീതം അറിയാത്തവർക്ക് പോലും വിരലുകൊണ്ട് നാവിൽ വെക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്ന ഒരു നാമം ശ്രീ AR റഹ്മാൻ. സ്വാഗതം. We Keralais think that you are more to, you belong to us more than to any other community.
Definitely.
So we should expect, you would speak little bit of Malayalam also. konjam Malayalam പേശുന്ന ആൾക്കാർ ശരിയാണ്. എനിക്ക് സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ I am a bit baffled to sit in front of you because basically എൻ്റെ മനസ്സിൽ AR റഹ്മാൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ വളരെ humongous figure. It's a humongous figure. I'm literally perturbed to be seated near you. പക്ഷേ you are very submissive, very cool, very calm. Despite having this much of fame, popularity, I think you are presiding over a huge Everest of popularity.
I don't know that.
But I am telling you the truth.
Yeah. No, I think every moment is different. What's the past is different. Of course, we need to honor that. But then life is like you need to travel. There's a great road ahead. I know what kind of road is ahead. There might be bumps or there may be good things. So I live in the hands of God and keep traveling. So every day is different, every moment is different. So better to be anticipating it rather than taking the luggage of all the stuff at your back.
For you, every day is a new day for you.
Very true.
But I think the past must be, behind you every time. You had a very, penury was there. Poverty was there. You came up with a lot of...
It's all there. Whenever we need to access that, we access it and then leave it. It should be like, we can't forget the past, but we need to remember that. But not every time. Yes.
Rahmanji, you are of same age. I am also 40, you are also 40. 40 should be naughty, that somebody says.
You are naughty, I am not.
See, I was just, looking at your profile. Your father, a legendary figure. Much of hardships. And there was an option in front of you, whether to study or to do work.
Yeah.
But you opted for work. At a young age, we call it a tender age, when you should be, flamboyant in the schools or in the colleges, you are toiling to make, both ends meet.
Actually, it's a blessing in disguise, I would say, because if I had gone to college or had gone abroad to study or something like that, then things would have been different. I think all the experiences and all the time I spent post-school is what, in a way, actually brought me here. And it's made, every molecule of that has made me, realize the kind of feeling which I bring into music.
The impression of your father, I think it would be deep-rooted in your mind. How far it is?
Well, I only remember, I think, 3-4 instances of my
That's
father.
all.
Yeah. But then now after that, so many things. But as a figure of, as a musician, he's the most respected. That's what I discovered, and that kind of pushes the boundaries for me to keep it that.
You must have been humming some tunes at a very, very young age. എത്രാമത്തെ വയസ്സിലാണ്, if I can ask you like that, a music tune?
At the age of 5 or 6, I think.
5 or 6. Do you have, some songs in your mind when you...
Actually, most of my father's songs at that age. And then I was listening to Vishwanathan Ramurthy and listening to Roja Sahab, Adi Pavan.
And one of the persons who just departed few months ago from our... He was telling that, when your father was composing a song, you were playing, in the courtyard. You just, came inside and set the tune and went. So he followed you at a young age of, I think, 9 or 11.
I don't remember that incident, but I think something like that happened, I guess.
I think you must have been helping your father a lot.
No.
No.
No, he was a workaholic. He used to work in 6 different places at the same time. He was needed so much. So he would go from one place to another place in his car. And I would go there for giving lunch to him or something, along with something from my grandfather and stuff. That's my memories.
I remember reading somewhere that basically, you worked as a keyboard player for 50 rupees.
Yeah.
You still remember those days?
Yeah, yes.
But 50 was a very good amount for you at that time.
Definitely. Any amount was good amount.
But as somebody was asking me, from 50, where did Rahman reach?
Why, sorry?
From 50 rupees, where did Rahmanji reach now?
I think more than money, it's the love. And as you say, things don't have value anymore. Money doesn't have any value. But you can't buy, even big politicians, they can't love, they can't buy the love of people. But as a musician, you can get that by composing a great song, or by singing a nice song. That's the miracle of art which God has given to artists.
Rahmanji, the jingles, one of the prominent numbers which of course must be rattling in the mind of people now, even now, for Paris, for that watch company, Boost, coffee. Do you remember those days?
Yeah, I remember those days.
Vividly you remember? It would have been much of fun at that time?
Yes, I think doing advertisements kind of opened up this thing, because I was constantly challenged to do stuff which I never did before. And we needed to produce something better than Bombay, or so as a South Indian, you were constantly pushed. Otherwise it'll be bounced back. So I think that's one of my great memory period.
Still you wish to do, couple of numbers now?
I do now. I just done World Space.
World Space, yeah, correct. വേറൊരു കാര്യം, I will just come to a bit of Malayalam because for the convenience of the Malayalam audience, Mani Ratnam, I think that's a name nobody can detach from your life. The meeting and so on, I think I have read many a time basically the meeting with Mani Ratnam when he came to the studio. I think he came after 6 months after you sent the invitation. Yeah. Do you still remember those days when of course Mani Ratnam would give you a break or other? It was just a casual affair.
Yeah, I didn't know whether he would like my tunes, so I gave him lots of tunes.
He must have considered as a small kid at that time.
No, I think he's one person who doesn't see anything but what he wants. That's one great quality about him. He doesn't bother about anything else. He just wants his tunes to be great. That's a great thing. He doesn't see this guy's got market, that guy's got market. He doesn't see all that. So that's a great quality in a director which I admire.
When you gave the music to that note, of course, did you look at his face? Were you in anticipation, expectation, or what could have been the feelings?
Well, I was prepared for the worst. I was thinking that everything will get bounced and I'll go back to jingles. But then I think he came back 3-4 weeks later saying that, I like this, I like that, and he explained why he liked it. So that was great news.
Then of course comes Roja. I think it's an epistemological break in Indian music. Most of the Indians who have bit of music in their life would be humming the tune of Roja. Do you still remember those days, Roja days?
Yeah. That's one of my most evergreen experiences, I think.
And you did 5 songs, I think, at a stretch?
5 songs.
I think the others must have been baffled by the news that you see. Rahman is doing 5 songs, that true for Mani Ratnam.
Well, the standard of music composers at that time were, like Raja Sahab would record in 3 days 5 songs. I did those songs, 5 songs in 6 months.
5 songs in 6 months?
6 months in not together, but separate. Yeah. So that was, people were taking, this guy is too late. This guy takes too much of time. So all those things. But that's the time where everything set a foundation for me. So it's very important.
Did Mani Ratnam told you, basically you are late or rather you are getting it delayed or you should do it, the pace should be, he didn't tell you anything about that. He gave you absolute freedom to do that.
It's a great thing to happen.
After Roja becoming the hit of Indian film and music, Rahman must have been on the shoulders of the people. Did you expect that much of response from the people, audience?
Well, I didn't believe in what I could do. I believed in God.
Were you shocked?
No, I felt that something was happening that time. So it's a good spiritual experience, I would say also.
Rahmanji, whenever you talk about music, I mean sound, I mean anything intimate to your life, there comes religion, there comes divinity, there comes spiritualism. You are a complete spiritual man. Can I call you like that?
No.
No.
Nobody's complete. We all try to. I think it's a phase, and I think it's an aspect of music too. One that mingles. If you take any music, which is spiritual music, it touches people, and I think there's a very close connection.
The devout Muslim. Can I just call it, because basically I was in North India for a long time, so I'm familiar with some sort of musicians there and the life there. See, even the well-known, renowned musicians from Muslim community, they adore, or rather, they pay obeisance to Hindu gods and start their thing. Here is a case, Sri R Rahman and his family convert from Hinduism to Islam.
Well, I think
it has been answered several times, but still I thought it should be a very valid question.
Yeah, it's very important that each one is guided. There's one God, but they're different religion, and He sent messengers all over. Is what I believe, to every community, to guide them, from good and bad. So this is the path which is given me. That's how I think, and it's not. I don't think that other paths are bad. I don't think that that's bad or it's not correct or anything like that. This is what I believe in, and that helps me. And then I don't harm other people.
I think you strongly feels that basically the destiny was changed because you, embraced Islam or rather something like that?
Yeah, in a way I think it's in multiple folds whatever I'm capable. But I still believe that I'm not capable of anything. Sorry?
In a day, how many times you offer Niskar?
Well, I pray 5 times.
5 times. You are devout Islam.
I wouldn't say about devote.
Because I have heard about you, you are visiting all the dargahs everywhere.
Yeah, I'm a Sufi actually. I love Sufism. And Sufism is about, all the Sufis have spread love and they've healed people and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of that attribute of spirituality in Sufis. And if you take music also, take Khaja Garib Nawaz from Ajmer, Qawwali and Amir Khusro from Delhi, all the music of Hindustani classical music. Sitar was found by Hazrat Amir Khusro, Tabla was found by Hazrat Amir Khusro. So there's a great deal of art which happened in those centuries, which is not there now unfortunately. So it's a duty of musicians to bring that aspect, which is beautiful now. You see Kailash Kher, he was Hindu, but he sings Sufi songs, and vice versa. Rafi Sahib sang Krishna Bhajan and stuff. And so if you take Esthas, he is also doing stuff like that. So music is a culmination of.
Rahmanji, was this, your belief in, the Sufi saints? I think the influence of the saint, of course, you talk about. Or rather, the pathetic situation which you were there. Your sister was ill.
Not my sister, it's my father.
Father was ill. No, I think one of your sisters also.
No, that's internet gopher.
Internet gopher, yeah. It's a miscarriage of information. Okay. And of course, father was ill, and the penury, the poverty, the difficulty in life, the hardships.
Well, it's a little over the top, over poverty. I think we were well-to-do. Not well-to-do. We had food and all this stuff. But we had commitments, we had taken loans and for equipment and stuff. And the biggest investment which in our life, still in my life, is technology. You need to spend so much of money. There's now so much of money which has gone into the studio. All the money I've earned in the past 15 years or something. So
and I have heard that you are one of the best sound engineers available in South India.
Sound engineer, then I can change my profession. I don't have to worry about composing. Well, I got interest in sound engineering, that's it. All my engineers are world class, Sridhar and Sufkumar and all that stuff.
Rahmanji, one more thing, you're talking about, the so-called conversion. Then, of course, there is a song called Vande Mataram, of course, which made Rahman one of the most renowned, respected figure in world music. But there was a hue and cry, with regard to that Vande Mataram. An average, Muslim must be thinking that Vande Mataram is something against the faith. Mm-hmm. What would have been your feeling at that time?
I think most of the people who congratulated me at that time were Muslims. In any flight or anywhere, even in Dubai or anywhere, they said, "We made us proud," and that's not even from the Hindus, from Muslims actually, and that's an amazing thing. I think people need guidance. That's very important, and what is intended in the song is much more bigger than what they kind of interpret themselves.
And one more thing, basically, when you talk about Vande Mataram, then the hue and cry is that, see, music, as you rightly say, in most of the forums.
There's one more thing is, you can never, we can sing a national anthem, but you can never force something on people. Like, I hear about that in this country, I heard that even in Saudi, that things get forced on people. That's very bad, I think. And that shouldn't happen.
It should be voluntary. If people opt for that, they can go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I will just continue with the question. I mean, I was asking basically, you believe that, you see, music is something which, which of course purifies the mind, the heart, I mean, refreshes you.
No, most important thing of music, the role of music now is, we on any channel now, and then we just see violence, we see bloodshed, we see oppression, we see aggression, we see so many bad things. And I think the only thing now, without visuals, when you just close your eyes, is music. And I thank God every time that when I sit in front of the keyboard or sing, that this has given me something greater than anything.
Imagine when you are tensed, what you do normally? You just play the keyboard?
When I tensed?
When you are tensed?
Never tensed actually.
You are never tensed?
Yeah.
You sit so cool. I am in fact jealous about you, envious about you.
Only time when I'm really tense is before a concert, when things have to come together.
And when you work all the night and sleep all the day, that somebody says that Rahman is, I mean, the habit of sleeping in the day and working in the night.
Sometimes I do the opposite.
Night is fascinating for you?
Night is always fascinating.
In every sense you mean?
Yeah, it's peaceful.
Peaceful, no disturbance.
Everybody is sleeping and you're awake.
And coming to, I mean, see, as a musician you must be looking around. Normally, of course, you travel a lot, you see many people, many cultures, different communities. Naturally, as a musician, you must be responding to issues also, at least mentally. Mm-hmm. You told about aggression, the violence that is taking place. You must be having certain perspective and idea with regard to the violence occurring against one, I mean, segment of population or other segment of population. Did you react to such situations?
Well, if I react, I won't be making music. I need to go into my world.
But music could be an expression of such a reaction.
Yeah. But I think music is a getaway from, bad things. And it's like a medicine. The medicine shouldn't become too bitter that people wouldn't take it, And that's the way I look at it. Because when you are in troubles, any person who's got a family or who's got, once he enters that family life or a mature life, then he's into trouble. He's challenged every day, and then the only thing I find is relaxation through music, spiritualism, and stuff like that. Is one of the reasons I think is the great musicians, classical musicians. If you take a great Carnatic or Hindustani vocalist, they wouldn't even care about being popular or getting money, because if they sing for themselves, it satisfies the soul, and that's it. The ambition is finished there. That's beautiful.
You said a very valid point. Basically, I mean, certain musicians who are revered in this country, they are least bothered about the money part of it. It's what they emphasize is the expression.
Yeah.
But AR Rahman is the most costly musician of the country. Do you sometimes think about that?
Yeah, well, I put the money into my technology, into developing and pushing the boundaries, so I need the money.
You mean to say you're just getting the dividends only for the investment?
Yeah, in a way, actually. Otherwise, I don't have a Rolls Royce like Amitabh Bachchan.
Is it
that is having money, but of course, he got presented.
But Rahmanji, if it is an investment and getting dividends, is it a profitable business, by the way?
I don't think it's a business for me. It's a passion.
It's a passion for me. But still, money's involvement is there. Money is important. You mean to say?
Money is probably a little thing we need, but we shouldn't want it.
For us, basically, you're the, most, I can say, cult figure. As somebody, if you allow me, permit me to, go bit beyond this point. I mean, the most corporatized, musician of the country.
I don't know. I never think like that myself.
Nobody must have told you about that.
No.
One more point. This is some. You mean to say? Music is the way where you have to. It's something for you to. Keep away from all the acrimony, all the cacophony, all the confusion, and you have a peace of mind when you are with the music. But there are times when, of course, you would be a bit away from the music and you would be in the midst of the people, their agony, their trauma, the violence.
That's the reason 2-3 years back I was given the role of becoming the Stop TB ambassador for tuberculosis and for fighting poverty. And again, I don't have that much money to like all this industrialist and stuff like. But what I can do is a song for fighting poverty. That's what I did, and it's been supported by Nokia and series, and they've done the video for that. And so it's coming out on this 21st actually. It's called Pray For Me, Brother.